My crazy sister tried to unalive our mom to get back at me. My younger sister has various mental health issues and a personal vendetta against me that I will never understand. She hurt me a lot when we were kids, and not in a sister's hair-pulling kind of way. We're talking about hospitalizing me, trying to test my underwater breathing ability, telling lies about me at school like how she said I got smacked by a bus in the 5th grade, and worst of all, tickling me for minutes upon minutes on end. When I was a sophomore, the issues between us only got worse. My mother would separate us when things seemed to go too far, however when we stayed at my dad's it was a much different story. He would get so angry and walk away. While eating dinner I tried to pause the TV to use the restroom and my sister got mad. I told her not to unpause it until I came back, but she didn't wait for me and I got upset and called her a bitch. She decided violence would be the only answer, so she took the knife from her dinner plate and held it very close to me. She said that she wanted to end me. I ran to tell my dad, but he was out cold sleeping, so instead I went to bed and put a chair behind my door because I was scared. I actually called 911 but ended up saying it was an accidental dial because I was scared of what they would do to my sister. The next day my grandmother picked us up and took me to school, where I had a full-on panic attack in the bathroom mirror. My teacher heard me and brought me to the counselor's office, where I spilled everything. I waited in her office for what felt like a million years when my mom came in along with a police officer and my grandma. My grandma let me stay at hers until there was a better solution. 2 days later, we got a call that my sister was in a jail cell for the night after attacking my mother, who recently had stomach surgery, and trying to hurt her in the stitches. My mom ended up going to the hospital because of the bruising, and my sister was trying to claim mistreatment after my mother got her to the ground. She only managed to call 911 because my grandpa lived one house away and heard all the commotion. She ended up admitting to the officer she didn't want to end my mother, but she really wanted to hurt me because I took her life. Things only got more tense over time. My crazy sister tried to unalive our mom to get back at me. Christmas came around and my dad and I were celebrating. My dad dropped a Christmas present she'd gotten for her dog and needed the wrapping paper replaced. She waited until he went to the neighbor's house to ask for more wrapping paper, then took his phone, keys and wallet before trying to speed off in his car. She nearly wrecked us into the neighbor's fence before my dad jumped in front of the car and started banging on the window. Then at Christmas with our mom, I won $200 in lottery tickets, and she won only $8, which led to her wishing me dead and leaving without any of the gifts I bought her. Finally, the straw that broke the camel's back when she lunged at me from across the room during presents with my elderly grandmother. So I slammed the Christmas gift in my hand right into her ugly gob. This turned into a massive fight, presents being flung, glasses being smashed, grannies going wild, hair being pulled until we heard a scream. Our grandma had become collateral damage. One of the gifts that were flung struck her in the elderly noggin. She laid on the ground unconscious. Even my sister looked worried. I called 911 and they rushed her to hospital. We don't know if she will survive, and my family blames me, not my sister. My sister laughed in my face and told me it's my turn to be the effed up one. I couldn't help but lay hands on her and security had to step in. I ended up on a psychiatric hold. My family chose to send me to a facility to recover. My sister visited me and gloated the entire time about how she has finally gotten rid of me.